STOA, India's best alternative to traditional MBAs, is dead. Back in 2020, COVID pandemic hit the world by storm, with so many people losing their jobs, so many people being stuck in their homes, so many businesses being shut down. But it was also an era that rewrote the rules of education and the future of this industry. It gave birth to so many educators, education institutes, mentors, creators, influencers, startups that wanted to challenge the status quo and revolutionize education and education in India. Amongst all of them were Aditya Kulkarni and Raj Kunkulinkar, who together started STOA, headquartered in Bangalore. Udemy and Maven's co-founder Gagan Biyani, Zerodha's Nitin Kamath, Cred's Kunal Shah, and Zimbabwe's Richa Kar were among its early backers. 4 years, 15 cohorts, and roughly 1500 students later, STOA School is shutting down. Guys, before you start thinking that this is a hate video or a negative PR or anything of that sort, trust me, it is not. It is a genuine business case study that I want to share with each one of you for educational purposes. And in fact, each and every reference that I have used for this video is readily available for all you people to go research and form your own opinions. For all of that, just make sure you check the description of this video. In this video, I am just simply covering what exactly happened at STOA and why did it happen. In the year 2020, STOA started as India's best alternative to traditional MBAs. In fact, to help me explain you all of this better, let's just look at what was the scenario of Indian B schools before the pandemic. You all would know before the pandemic, this major ecosystem was dominated by IIMs and ISBs, where everybody would just go crazy wanting to get a seat in IIMs and ISB. You would also know that their fees would range somewhere from around 24 lakhs to 42 lakhs. And in case you students wouldn't make it to an IIM or an ISB, from an Indian standpoint on an Indian language, you all were basically done. You guys would get into some average, below average or shitty colleges where you would somehow survive, slog through for the next 2 years trying to get a decent placement, things like that. And during your graduation, you guys would laugh, dance over the fact that you would have gotten a 7 lakh to 10 lakh rupee package. In fact, some of them don't even get placed. The sad reality of the Indian education system is that too good is too less. That means good quality education that is available in IIMs and ISBs is only for selected few. Now let's admit it, guys. One CAT exam, one GMAT exam cannot and should not determine your future. That is where the whole concept of alternate MBAs came about to be. Alternate MBAs flaunt about practical learnings and flexibility, challenging the old playbook of how business management is taught in the country. Unlike conventional B schools that rely heavily on case studies, alternate MBA programs emphasize a lot on hands-on, real-world experiences, visits to the factory floors, local kiryanas, making sure that there are good amount of lectures, good amount of guest lectures and industry experts sharing their insights. All of this is a part of alternate MBA. For instance, here's what the STOA's pitch was. Without quitting your job, enroll in a 6 months boot camp or a part-time STOA MBA for 3 lakhs and gain skills and a network. Guys, it was not STOA alone. There were so many other players who joined and tried to solve the similar problem. There were schools like Masters Union, Altera Institute of Management, Vedika Scholar Program for Women, and a lot more. In fact, this problem is not limited only to B schools. You would also see institutes like Newton School of Technology, Scalar School of Technology, literally challenging IITs, IIITs and NITs in terms of the curriculum and the quality of education. All of them are trying to solve the same problem. Now, one genuine doubt that all you students would have in your mind is, hey Kavach, is the alternate education space dead? Will all the new institutes, new age B schools, new age engineering colleges face the same death as STOA did? Should we be really very careful when we decide whether we should go for a traditional MBA or a B school or go into a new age one? Guys, whether these new age B schools are really very successful, that only time will tell. But to give you my personal opinion, I don't buy this narrative that alternate education is dead. In fact, I feel that it is here to stay and it is going to grow. All the players that I've mentioned right now, I can guarantee you there'll be double number of them in the next 3 to 4 years. How many survive, how many don't know, we don't know that right now, but alternate education won't die. Specifically with the advent of artificial intelligence, machine learning, immense amount of stress and opportunities that students have in today's time, alternate education is an amazing resource. I can guarantee you so many of them are going to come in tier 2, tier 3 towns who are literally going to challenge the status quo and come up with amazing outcomes for their cohorts. For STOA, back in 2020, they started with a cohort of 60 students, and by the 5th cohort, they had 130 students. Cut to 2024, they were struggling to fill in their cohort. Why did STOA fail? Guys, there are multiple reasons, but according to me, there are 3 major reasons of why this happened. Number 1, virtual classrooms. In its early days, STOA school had struck literally a gold mine. The pandemic brought in the lockdowns, and the shift to remote work gave students the time and motivation to deeply engage with STOA's coursework. Students were self-motivated, and even though they were locked at their homes, they really wanted to learn and grow. But post the pandemic was over, it was business as usual. STOA ignored the need of in-person interaction. It chose to stay online only. Definitely in 2022, they did experiment with a hybrid model where they introduced a 3-day in-person interaction called the Immersion Program to build engagement. This definitely continued till the final cohort. These programs were held at resorts near Bangalore airport, and in fact these programs would typically start on a Friday and finish by Sunday evenings. Guys, this did have a very positive response at the start, as there were marathon meetings with people from varied backgrounds and people genuinely wanted to build some solid connections. But during the later cohorts, the return to office work began to eat into the time students could dedicate to STOA. What was once a strong engagement turned into a juggling act between demanding jobs and the intensive alternate MBA curriculum. So once the students had to be readily available for their full-time jobs, they could not devote that kind of time, energy to the curriculum of STOA. Second problem, high marketing cost. Guys, in the world of business, I'm pretty sure you guys are aware of a term called CAC, which is customer acquisition cost. To explain it to a layman, it is basically the amount that a company would invest in order to acquire any new customer. For STOA, its marketing cost was bleeding the business dry. In fact, in order to acquire every new customer, they were spending around 1.5 lakhs. Now imagine for a 3 lakh rupee course, if you have to spend 1.5 lakhs in order to acquire the new customer, it's a dead end. Definitely guys, performance marketing, targeted ads, campaigns, influencer marketing, all of those are industrial norms and there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, I am also a part of that same industry. I do genuinely believe if there's a good product, you have to market it so that all you viewers, genuine people can know about it. There's nothing wrong with that. But at the business sense, you need to make sure that there's a good ratio between organic and inorganic growth. How many new customers are you able to get through organic word of mouth and how many are you able to get through performance marketing and all of that? In fact, I was reading it somewhere, I don't remember where, but it said that performance marketing is literally like running your business on steroids. The day you stop performance marketing is basically the day you stop your steroids, the business halts. So this whole miscalculation of the cost, your CAC, all of that was leading to dead ends where running a business was unhealthy. Third, placements. The immediate employability of a student remains the gold standard for measuring the success of any MBA program. Highest salary, 100% placement, median package, we all are driven by such headlines. Whenever I am also making a review, all you students would ask, hey, can you please share the placement stats? But the sad reality is that all that glitters is not gold, and 2023 and 2024 have been the worst years in terms of placements for all the B schools, ISBs and IIMs combined. In fact, a recent report by Deloitte suggests that the sluggishness witnessed in this year's placement process may persist into the next cycle. For instance, the salaries of MBA students in this academic session may dip by 5 to 10%. Now, even though STOA did not promise 100% placement, that is kind of a norm or an expectation that everybody who is enrolling for the course would have. Naturally, if I am enrolling for an online program, I'm only doing it to get certain benefit, and that immediate benefit is to get placed or suddenly see a salary hike which I did not have before that STOA program. And that is where that whole placement mismatch happened. Because to be honest, one side the founders believed that students should not be sitting for placements because our job is to provide them skills, make sure that they are ready enough to go, look at entrepreneurship and go conquer the world. Whereas on the other side, they did have a career team who would make sure that their students, their cohort gets placed in the best of the firms. Stoa would have all the data regarding its placements in order to attract the new cohort. And that's where the whole mismatch happened. Guys, before I end this video, please don't get me wrong. I do not have anything against the founders. I just genuinely believe this is a business problem which can happen with anybody trying to take that entrepreneurship jump. You guys could come across similar things like that. In fact, I've read all the positive comments about the founders themselves. In fact, even for the people who've left Stoa right now, they put out comments saying that if Stoa plans to start something again, we would love to join the founders without thinking about it even for a second. That is how much good net worth that the founders have built. Along with that, Stoa is not completely dead in the sense that they've taken a break of 6 to 8 weeks where they're going to look at the business model and try coming up with something. Yes, as of now, the Stoa school is shut, like they're not taking any new cohort for this year. That is obviously there. But the way that they navigate, pivot their business, come up with something new is definitely something that we all have to look out for. In fact, I keep the comment section open for all you people to think that if you were running Stoa today, what would you do differently or how would you try to tackle this business crisis? Do put it up in the comments. It'll be lovely to read all your thoughts as well. You might not know, something amazing comes up from there. Yes guys, that's about it for this particular video. Thank you so much for watching this video till the very end. If you like this video, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon. I'll see you all with another video. Take care guys, bye bye.